Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm truly delighted that you have joined me once again as we embark on a profound journey of reflection and insight. As always, let us begin with two powerful questions. Have you ever wondered what it truly means to practice unconditional compassion? And have you considered how the law of karma should inspire empathy rather than justify indifference? Today, we will dive deep into a topic that lies at the very heart of authentic spiritual practice, the real meaning of karma and compassion. In a world often overwhelmed by division, judgment, and suffering, understanding and embodying these two principles can transform not only our individual lives but the very fabric of our society. We will explore how karma is not a cold system of rewards and punishments, and how true compassion transcends all categories of deserving or undeserving. Through timeless teachings, real-world examples, and heartfelt reflections, we will rediscover a path of boundless love rooted in profound wisdom. Let us begin by clarifying what karma truly is. Karma, in its simplest sense, means action. Every thought, word, and deed is a seed planted in the vast field of existence, eventually bearing fruit according to its nature. Positive actions yield positive outcomes, negative actions yield suffering. This is not about divine judgment, but about natural law, as neutral and inevitable as gravity. However, misunderstanding karma leads to dangerous distortions. Some people use the concept to justify indifference toward the suffering of others, thinking they must deserve it because of their past karma. This cold-hearted view betrays the very spirit of the Dharma. The Buddha taught karma to inspire responsibility and ethical living, not to excuse cruelty or apathy. True understanding of karma fosters humility, compassion, and a deep sense of interconnectedness. When we see someone suffering, the proper response is not judgment but compassion. Their suffering reminds us of the vulnerability inherent in all existence. It calls us to act with kindness, to help relieve pain wherever it is found, regardless of its origins. Master Shantideva, one of the greatest teachers of compassion, said it best: "May I be a god for those who need protection, a guide for those on the path, a boat, a raft, a bridge for those who wish to cross the flood." Notice that he did not specify helping only the worthy or the innocent. True compassion knows no boundaries. Let us now explore how unconditional compassion manifests in real life. Imagine you see a homeless person on the street. The mind conditioned by superficial understanding of karma might think, he must have done something wrong in a past life to end up like this. But the heart awakened by true compassion feels only, here is suffering. How can I help? You may not be able to solve all the problems of the world, but a smile, a kind word, a warm meal, a moment of genuine connection. These are powerful acts that affirm our shared humanity. I once knew a man who, despite struggling financially himself, always carried extra sandwiches to give to those in need. He said, "I cannot change their whole life, but maybe I can change their day." His small acts, performed without judgment, lit countless unseen candles in the darkness of loneliness and despair. True compassion also demands wisdom. It is not about enabling harmful behavior or becoming overwhelmed by others' pain. It is about seeing clearly, acting skillfully, and maintaining inner balance. Compassion must be intelligent, discerning what will truly benefit the other being, rather than merely satisfying our own emotional impulses. Sometimes compassion means offering tough love. Sometimes it means stepping back to allow someone to learn and grow through their own efforts. True compassion serves the long-term well-being of others, not just their immediate comfort. This balance of tenderness and wisdom is beautifully illustrated in the life of the Buddha himself. When his cousin Devadatta sought to divide the Sangha and harm him, the Buddha did not retaliate with hatred. Nor did he naively allow Devadatta's actions to go unchecked. He responded with firmness grounded in compassion, always seeking the highest good for all involved. Another crucial aspect of true compassion is impartiality. Buddhism teaches the ideal of equanimous compassion, loving all beings equally, without favoritism or prejudice. This does not mean denying our natural feelings of closeness to family and friends, but it means expanding our hearts to include even those who are difficult, different, or distant. The Bodhisattva's vow is to save all beings, not just those who are agreeable or deserving. This expansive compassion transforms the very structure of the mind. It breaks down the barriers between us and them, a good and a bad, worthy and unworthy. It reveals the fundamental unity of all life. There is a powerful meditation practice called boundless loving kindness, where one systematically extends wishes for happiness first to oneself, then to loved ones, then to neutral people, then to enemies, and finally to all beings everywhere. Through such practice, compassion becomes not an occasional act, but a constant state of being. Let me share a story that captures this spirit. A woman who had lost her son in a violent cry dedicated her life not to revenge, but to supporting young people at risk of violence. Her heart, broken open by grief, became a wellspring of unconditional love. She once said, "Pain taught me that all children are my children." Her life demonstrates that true compassion is born not from sentimentality, but from the willingness to see beyond the narrow confines of personal attachment. And now, how do we cultivate this kind of compassion in our daily lives? First, practice mindful awareness of suffering, both your own and others. Do not turn away. Let your heart be touched, but do not drown. Hold the suffering with tenderness and patience. Second, start where you are. Extend kindness to those around you, family, co-workers, strangers. Every act of genuine care strengthens your capacity for greater compassion. Third, study the lives of great compassionate beings, the Buddha, Avalokiteshvara, Mother Teresa, His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Let their examples inspire and guide you. Fourth, reflect daily on the interconnectedness of all life. Recognize that every being you encounter wants happiness and fears suffering just as you do. Fifth, dedicate the merit of your practice to the welfare of all beings. Make your personal growth an offering to the world. It is also important to remember that compassion includes yourself. Many people find it easier to be kind to others than to themselves. Yet self-compassion is the foundation of all other compassion. You cannot give from an empty cup. When you make mistakes, when you suffer, treat yourself with the same tenderness you would offer a dear friend. This self-compassion strengthens your ability to respond to others with patience and understanding. In a world that often rewards cynicism, aggression, and indifference, choosing compassion is a radical, courageous act. It is the only way to break the cycles of violence, hatred, and ignorance that perpetuate suffering generation after generation. Compassion does not mean condoning wrongdoing or ignoring injustice. It means responding to all situations with the unwavering commitment to alleviate suffering, even when doing so requires great courage and discernment. As we approach the closing reflections of today's journey, I invite you to contemplate: how might you embody unconditional compassion more fully in your life? What judgments can you release? What small acts of kindness can you offer without expectation? How can you turn even the smallest encounters into opportunities for love? The path of compassion is not easy. It asks us to stretch beyond our comfort zones, to forgive the unforgivable, to love the unlovable, to hope in the face of despair. But it is the only path that leads to true freedom and lasting happiness. Thank you so much for watching this video. Your willingness to explore these profound truths, to open your heart wider than before, is a blessing to all beings. If you found today's reflections meaningful, Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your experiences with compassion in the comments. Together, let us become living embodiments of boundless love and wisdom. Until next time, may your heart be vast, your compassion be fearless, and your path be illuminated by the light of unconditional kindness.